Good evening, everybody. My name is Omarion Hickbottom. Welcome to Sports Talk Radio. Now, normally we would play our theme music and it'd be a great good time, but right now we're going to talk about something different. There's a virus going around that pretty much took a chokehold on this country by call itself CD-19. It's a very dangerous disease. It's even fatal. So, it's so bad that pretty much has taken the sports world has come to a grinding halt because of this disease. So tonight we're gonna do something totally different. For the first time here on Sports Talk Radio, we will still have our show, but it's gonna be an empty studio show. Means no applause, no audience. It's just gonna be me. It's just gonna be you out there in radio land. But don't be fret. Don't fret. See, here at Sports Talk Radio, we care about our employees and we also care about our listeners, our fans. Reasons why we're having this is the reason why we're still doing the show even though there's nobody here in the studio. So sit back, relax, stay safe, stay clean, wash your hands, cover your mouth when you're coughing. But most importantly, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, please stay safe. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the late edition of Sports Talk Radio with your host, the lovable Omarion Hickbottom. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here tonight. Even though normally our normal scheduled time is 3 p.m. on Saturday, but unfortunately, I've been dealing with some stuff. So our time had been pushed back all the way to now. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, don't worry. We still will have a good time out there in Radio Land with your good old buddy, Omarion Hickbottom. You see, ladies and gentlemen, even though even though this very dangerous fatal disease, CD-19, has pretty much took a chokehold on the sports world and sports entertainment, one of the reasons why pretty much they hardly see sports on TV right now because of this disease. But I'm going to still talk about what's going on in sports. Still talk about what's going on in sports today. So with that being said, here we go. Things seem to be going on. There seem to even though there are no games being played on the field and no ball to be dribbling on the court and no well it's not really football season but you see ladies and gentlemen there's some stuff still going on off the court and off the field so basically so so let's get into it, shall we? Well, we're gonna start with baseball. Wee. There's a whole lot of stuff going on here. I tell you what, the owner, DeAndre Brown, has seemed to say that he will make the Orioles into a contender. Now when this gentleman took over the team, he pretty much made a statement, made a promise to the city that losing will no longer be a part of our culture. We're going to put together a winning team. We're going to put together a winning formula. Now, basically, I trust Indy Andre because he's done it before. He put together a winning team in the NGFL. When he promised, when the NGFL started, he told the whole state of North Dakota that he will bring a winning team, a franchise to the great state of North Dakota, and he did not disappoint, ladies and gentlemen. Back-to-back playoff appearances. This man is a visionary. He has a vision for the great state of North Dakota. And it starts with the Falcons. From the Falcons, it's going to go to the Orioles. Believe you me, this man is making big strides, making big moves, and making big changes. This man has brought in high profile people from another team that changed the culture of this team. But we'll get to that later. Right now, he said he had a vision for the Orioles, and he said he was going to make them a winner. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait, and I am very excited for the baseball season. He drafted some interesting prospects. If one of them happens to be Canadian, he drafted some hell good prospects. Man, I can't wait. But one of the guys he brought in, that he drafted in the draft, was this pitcher by the name of Scott Ditto. This Australian got an arm like a cannon. Ooh, I can't wait to see this young boy play. He got an infielder from Canada and other prospects from all over the world. Man, I can't wait. This dude is the season's going to be electric. I cannot wait. Now we got to go to commercial break. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, on to other things, sports. Now, the NGFL doing big things, especially the commissioner getting ready for the upcoming season. They had the draft not too long ago, and basically, I do like the players that the Falcons have picked. I mean, I do believe it's going to be a great season, and also the quarterback, Hugo Zachary. Now, I've watched Hugo Zachary throughout his whole career, and basically, even though it ain't really been that long since he was drafted by the Houston Texans, I mean, Voyagers, sorry, got the teams mixed up, but but no worries. Good old Omarion is back on his stuff. Now, basically, while he played for the Voyagers, he didn't do, hell, not a bad job. Hell, to be quite honest with you, I'm surprised when the Voyagers released him, no other team in that league picked him up. It's crazy. But he chose to join another league, and basically, and next thing you know, DeAndre jumped on it, wanted him. He knew he saw star potential in him, which I totally agree, and that he can be his team to be his franchise quarterback for his team. And basically, and brothers, he was not wrong. Not wrong. So kudos to DeAndre Brown for getting Hugo Zachary. Now, basically, most importantly, he not only did he get the quarterback, he also got the coach. Oh, Lord have mercy. I can tell you how all that went down, but that's a story for another show. But ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, I do believe that this year in the NGFL is going to be a hell of a year. When NBA, when the basketball season comes back, I do believe that that Bismarck thing's gonna be making a hell of a play. And hell, I just see great things coming from this, ladies and gentlemen. I really do. I see that we're gonna be making strides. We're gonna be making impacts, and I just see it. But but as of now, it's gonna be hard. I know it's hard, ladies and gentlemen, that we got to deal with this CD-19 virus pretty much taking a chokehold on this country, and that schools are shutting down, businesses closing early, some businesses are closing for a week until this thing has cleared up or something. But I feel that if we all pull together, we can overcome this. If we all stand together, united, as a strong front, we can overcome this, ladies and gentlemen. I really do. And how do we do it? Do it one thing where if you gotta go outside, put on gloves. If you have to touch something, wear gloves or carry hand sanitizer with you, ladies and gentlemen. To sanitize your hands, get away the germs. And don't forget your mask, ladies and gentlemen. That's also important because it's all in the air. So I I do decree that this thing, even though it's going to be hard, especially on the sports world, but I do believe that if we all pull together, we can overcome this. I really, really do. It's going to be a difficult time, but we shall overcome it. Your old friend Omarion is with you all the way. But I must say this. Even though when I look outside my window, it's like a ghost town. It's like a ghost town, like nobody's there and stuff like that. But I must say, I know a lot of people think that this is ruining their lives, but basically it's not really all about ruining their lives, ladies and gentlemen. It's about keeping well, about keeping healthy. And basically, and I also do believe, ladies and gentlemen, that I know I said this so many times today, but I do believe it's worth saying again. For those of you who haven't heard your old friend Omarion, we shall overcome. This virus shall not defeat us. We will defeat this virus, ladies and gentlemen. As our show is winding down tonight, I would like to thank all our listeners out there who decide to tune in to your old friend Omarion at Sports Talk Radio. We're hoping that when this clears up, we can get back to talking about good old sports, and we can get back talking about who's making deals and wheeling and dealing and stuff like that. But we can't really talk about any of that stuff because sports has been basically put on hold because of this little disease. But I said before, I say it again, we shall overcome, ladies and gentlemen. We stand together, stand as a united front. We will be hard to beat. Anyway, good night, everybody. See you next Saturday.